Hey, what's happening? Tom Beal here, coming to you live from my deck here in St. Thomas. I hope this video finds you well. Now, the statement that I made in the text leading up to this may confuse a few people, but here's the bottom line. I've seen too much. And there is truth to this too shall pass, which most people think is only for the bad times. But this too shall pass is also for the good times. And I've had some people confront me on that. Say, Tom, wait a second. It can be a never-ending summer. The good times don't ever have to end. Well, guess what? We all are mortal. We all have that last day. This too shall pass also means this life is very brief, regardless of how long I or you live. It's over in a flash like that. So Steve Jobs, dead and gone, one of the richest men when he passed away. How much would he pay to have your life for one day? The answer is all. $60+ billion for one day. Because, we can rent houses, we can rent boats, we can rent planes, we can rent all that stuff. What if a deceased billionaire could rent your body? As long as you got the function to think and speak, how much would he pay or she pay to get one more day? The answer is all. So I'm bringing this to you to make a refresher for me, to remind me and also remind you that this life is brief, and to bring up the fact that we all have that last day. None of us know when that is. And I'm not saying this out of fear, out of worry, out of concern. I'm saying it out of adding drive to your day right now that you cross paths with this, and upcoming days. Each and every day is a brand new gift. The present moment is a never-ending present moment. And presents are what we give for birthdays, Christmas, anniversaries, all that stuff. You give someone a present. Well, we get the gift of this present moment each and every day. And each and every moment of that day, each and every minute, each and every hour, and to not take those for granted. And I'm also sharing this in a non-judgmental way, but I see a lot of people kind of gloating about how awesome they are and how amazing they are, which, hey, each of us are awesome and amazing in our unique ways. But I remember being at a point, because we all have highs and lows. We all have, when we got the Midas touch, and then we got the droughts where it seems like everything we touch disintegrates and doesn't work out. And that's just what life is. Life's going to continually be that high and low roller coaster journey. But when you're at the top, it's easy to think and praise yourself about how amazing you are and amazing, and how if people aren't getting the results you're getting, they're just losers and all this stuff. And I've seen some videos, not going to name names, but it's called me to share this video with no forethought other than just sharing what's on my mind. And it really focuses back to two main points. One point is, regardless of how long you or I live, this journey is brief. It's over in a flash. And the second point, this too shall pass. And this too shall pass, I always brought that up in my past when I was going through difficult times. That was one of the many mantras that I would use to pull me through those difficult times. This too shall pass. But when I was at the pinnacle of various chapters of my life, thinking that was just the beginning, it's only going to get better from there. And then carpets were pulled out from under me. Have you ever had a carpet pulled out from under you? I've had 8 carpets pulled out from under me. 8 complete restarts. And from that, and from being in a circle of high performers and seeing carpets pulled out from them, I've witnessed that this too shall pass applies to the good times and the bad times. So, not to get too cocky, I see Paul saying, I live with passion every day. Having survived a stroke and open heart surgery, I live every day with the attitude of gratitude, and too blessed to be stressed. Don't waste a day and appreciate every moment you have here. Yes, Paul, 100%. And those specific things you mentioned, a stroke and an open heart surgery, are two major catastrophes in life, illnesses that give you a whole new perspective. I fortunately had a near-death experience on September 11th, 1998. And I say fortunately because that opened my eyes up to exactly what Paul just shared. Not taking any day for granted, to be fully appreciative, because every day is a gift. Every day is a blessing. Every day is a continual evolution of the present moment, which the present is a gift. So seize this present moment and go for it with all you've got. And one of the other statements that I came up with is, I am me, F you. I am me fully and unapologetically. I'm going to be me fully and unapologetically. Some will like it, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. That's SW4. No matter what you're doing, some people are going to like it, some aren't. So what? Someone's waiting. Keep being you fully and unapologetically. With the caveat, as long as you're not hurting anybody. I don't play well with people that intentionally go out to harm others. Psychologically, emotionally, physically, any of that. Like, don't hurt others. Go out there with that goodwill to spread joy, to spread peace, to spread love, to spread your God-given gifts from that basis of joy, and spread that joy. So anyhow, no idea where this is going to go, but hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. And seems like I ran out of juice. Maybe not. Maybe not. Pulled through. Barely. So, circling back to those two important points. This too shall pass. If you're going through hard times, guess what? Every level in life, and we can call age, every year we add a new year to our birthday. That's a new level. Every year, hopefully you're learning something each year. Hopefully you're growing each year. Hopefully you're reaching that new level and reaching that new potential that you have the capacity for. And you're open to continual learning. So that's part one. Life is going to throw you new problems, new solutions that are beyond what your previous solution capability was. Because you don't want to stay at Mario Kart level 1 the whole time. You want to go to level 2. You want to go to level 3. And even though in those moments when you jump to each new level, you're like, holy crap, I don't know what the heck's going on at this next level. That's just life. Until we're dead and buried, you're going to have new challenges, new obstacles, new problems, new puzzles to solve as that problem solver, as that participant in this thing we call life. So embrace that and understand that you are a kick-ass problem solver. You have a history, you have a track record of solving problems that at the time, you probably can look back at many moments in your history and say, I don't know how I made it through that point. I don't know how I made it through that challenge, how I made it through that difficulty. I've got numerous problems, challenges, difficulties that I wasn't sure and couldn't even see a way around getting through them. They were that challenging, they were that difficult, they were that complex. And my hypothesis is, until we're dead and buried, we're going to have continual challenges, difficulties, problems to get through. And that's what's called life. So trust in your kick-ass problem-solving ability. Trust in your willingness to figure it out. Trust in what I learned in the Marine Corps, your commitment to improvise, adapt, and overcome any and all obstacles that cross your path. Why? Because look at your history. Look what you pulled through. Look at those challenges that seemed impossible that you were able to overcome. One step and one day at a time. Even while you were in the middle of it, you may not have known how you were going to get through that. Whether it was a financial challenge, whether it was a relationship challenge, whether it was a health challenge. Those are the three main challenges that I feel we're in the continual loop of. You pulled through each and every one of those. So congratulations. You, my friend, are a kick-ass problem solver. You have proven to be able to get knocked down, stand back up, dust yourself off, and take the next step. And one step at a time, one day at a time, you've been able to pull through stuff that if you look back on and you really reflect back on those moments when you were in the midst of it, you weren't sure how or if you were able to pull through that, but you did. So congratulations. You, my friend, are a kick-ass problem solver. So trust in that. So guess what? I, and most likely you, are going through something right now. Health, relationships, finances, one of those, if not two of them, maybe three. Maybe you got a freaking, what do they call those in hockey? A triple threat, or whatever you got. You may have all three of those happening right now. Health, relationships, and finances. Guess what? I've been there. You've probably been there. But you've got a history of pulling through those. So stand up, dust yourself off, take a deep breath. I got this. Don't know how I'm going to pull through this, but I will. This unexpected situation wasn't expected, hence unexpected. But thank goodness I'm a kick-ass problem solver. I will figure it out. One step and one day at a time, I will pull through this. Just like I have pulled through all those other seemingly insurmountable obstacles in my history. Lucia, what's up? Good to see you here. Paul. I was fortunate to have a great team while on the job as a firefighter, paramedic, and had 2 close calls. One resulted in having to go through months of rehab and learn to walk again. Don't settle for mediocrity and realize you can overcome obstacles. Yes. Paul also says, challenge yourself every day and strive for excellence in your life. Yes. Don't ever be too prideful to ever ask for help. Yes. Paul's got some wisdom he's sharing today. Paul, I appreciate you and congratulate you for being that human to pull through all that you pulled through. And I know you've pulled through significant, seemingly insurmountable obstacles, personally and professionally. But my guess is, and my hunch is, you've helped others pull through their seemingly insurmountable obstacles as well. Why? Because that's just the type of person you are. And I would encourage each and every one of you watching this to be that type of person. For yourself first, you've got to put your oxygen mask on first. Using the reference from when we travel, when we hear that flight attendant safety briefing on the airplanes, if you're sitting next to a child, be sure to, and the oxygen mask drop down, be sure to put your oxygen mask on first and then help the children next to you or people in need. Because if you don't put your oxygen mask on first, you won't be able to help them. So you got to do that first part first. First things first, put your oxygen mask on, then help others. So take care of your stuff and then step up and step out to help others take care of their stuff. You can't save everybody. But that reminds me of the grandfather and the grandson walking on the beach. And there were a whole bunch of starfish washed up on the beach. And the grandpa would pick up starfish and throw it back in the ocean. And the grandson said, "Grandpa, you can't save all of the starfish." "I can't save them all, grandson, but I can save this one." Chuck it back in the water. Save those you can, help those you can, and at the same time, don't feel obligated to save everybody or help everybody. You have to put your oxygen mask on first, and you can't neglect your own self-care. You have to be selfish enough to take care of you before you can be selfless and help others. Think about that. I, for many years, decades, didn't follow that. I would not put my oxygen mask on first, and I would give oxygen to others and help others. While not properly caring for myself. So, something to consider. So, like I said, this really had no forethought other than seeing some posts of people that were being a little gloatful. You know, and it's always fun to see people who judge others, claiming don't judge others. So I'm saying it from a non-judgmental standpoint, other than just feeling a calling to say, you know what? I can see where those people are. I've been in those situations, and I was gloatful, and I was feeling that if people weren't living the life I was living, they must be screwing up somehow. And I learned this too shall pass. Not just for the bad times, but for the good times. The ups and downs, the highs and lows that life has. Carpets pulled out, unexpected events that you may make the right moves and the carpet still gets pulled out on you. And some people could call it an excuse, but it's just how life unfolds. It is what it is. And the other perspective I'd like to consider is, I know it was meant to happen because it happened. Think about that. In those challenges, in those difficulties, in those screwed over situations, in those carpet pulled situations, the unexpected occurrences that happened, you could have made all the right moves and the carpet was pulled out from under you. It was meant to happen because it happened. Let that sink in. I know that terrible circumstance that happened in my life was meant to happen because it happened. Yes, I've said it a few times because I want it to sink in, settle in, and have you really and truly think about that. And then also feel the comfort in knowing that all is well for multiple reasons. One, you're a kick-ass problem solver. You've got a history of overcoming any and all obstacles that were seemingly insurmountable. When you look back at those days and times and months and years and sometimes decades, holy crap, how did I pull through that? And sometimes when I look back on it, like, I don't even know how I pulled through that. Don't even know. But I did. How? Taking a deep breath. Whoa, I didn't expect that. I didn't see that one coming. Okay, but I'm going to improvise, adapt, and overcome. I'm going to figure it out. One day and one step at a time, I want to figure it out. The plan didn't go as planned, and so is life. That's how life unfolds, ladies and gentlemen. You ever notice plans don't always go to plan? What was the famous A-Team, the TV series, the A-Team quote? I love it when a plan comes together. At the end, he'd smoke a cigar. He'd light up a cigar. I love it when a plan comes together. Because they had an elaborate plan. And this is what we're going to do. And this is what we're going to do. And this is what we're going to do. And then as soon as they began to implement the plan blew to hell. It went off the rails. Yet, they still ended up victorious. And at the end, he made that funny statement as he lit his cigar, "I love it when a plan comes together." There's a quote, and I'll probably misquote it, but it's something along the lines of, "If you want to make God laugh, tell her your plans." Look how ambitious that person is with those plans. Wait till they see how this unfolds. And so is life, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, I'm not saying this from any judgment on anybody else. I'm not saying this with any ill will. It's all from love. It's all from experience. It's all from sharing inspiration, hope, and joy with you, to let you know that regardless of who anyone is, regardless of how pounding their chest they are, how amazing they feel in that moment, they too, ladies and gentlemen, are human. They too have stuff happening in their lives, in their personal circle, personally and professionally. Someone is going with serious issues in the health, relationships, or finances. And usually it's one, at least one, but usually more than one of those scenarios. They're going through something. And just know that everybody you talk to has something going on. And share that joy, share that love, share that inspiration, share that hope as you live your life fully and unapologetically, as you recognize you are a kick-ass problem solver. You have a track record in the history of pulling through any and all seemingly insurmountable obstacle and challenge that's crossed your path so far. And that trend's not going to stop. As long as you don't stop. As long as you stand back up, dust yourself off, take a deep breath. All right. I didn't see that one coming. It's okay. I'm still here. What's my next step? What's my next step? And take that next step. Guess what? One step at a time, one day at a time, you will make massive progress. Because that circles back to one of the secrets of all success I've attained and or anybody in history has attained. What's that? You may ask, what's that secret? Consistency. Consistency. You don't need a home run or a grand slam every single time at bat. The goal is to get on base. It can be a walk, it can be you can even get hit by the pitch, get on base, you can get a single. Obviously we're using baseball references here in this particular scenario, but the goal is not to get a grand slam. The goal is not to get a home run. The goal is not to get a triple or a double. The goal is to get on first base. And with consistency, you will be amazed of how one step and one day at a time with consistency, how much progress you will make. All right, see another quote here from Paul. Great nuggets. It's not selfish to take care of yourself. 100%. Stay healthy, gang. Like you said, stuff happens, so improvise, adapt, and overcome. When we had some bad calls, my lieutenant said, did what we do, everything we could. On the job, I was glad to have a team to share those tragic moments. Yes, sir. Paul, wise words, as always. Bottom line is, don't get too full of yourself. You're human like the rest of us. You're mortal like the rest of us. Live your life fully and unapologetically. Be you. Be all that you can be. Go for it. Get clear on where you are. Get clear on where you want to go in your health, in your relationships, in your finances. Spread joy as the joyous creator that you are. Do your best. Do not harm any others intentionally, emotionally, physically, mentally. Live your life. Go for it with all that you've got. Because in the end, we all have that last day. And the rub is none of us know when that is. So, I'm reflecting. There have been some plans that came to follow a somewhat constructed forethought plan. But most of my life, and all the accomplishments and highs and lows and all the craziness, the ups and downs, it's been a hell of a journey. And even though some plans turned out the way that they were planned, most didn't at all. Like a high percentage did not follow the plan. Had to roll with it. Had to adjust accordingly. As the Marine Corps said, improvise, adapt, and overcome. We all got plans. Life generally doesn't go to those plans. So, anybody out there talking, period, talking, anyone out there talking is a human just like you and me. And I want you to know, I've been in the rooms with the people that are looked up to. I've been in the rooms with the people that are looked up to who are curled in a ball in a corner because plans didn't go to plan. Shit didn't work out the way it was supposed to go. People were let down. Promises weren't kept. Shit happened. You gotta pick yourself up, dust yourself off. It's all right. What's next? What's next? So this too shall pass. Yes, that's comforting in difficult times because it is true. This too shall pass. You're in the shit right now? Don't worry, it'll pass. One step and one day at a time. You'll get through it. Whether it's health, relationships, finances, and guess what? Human life in general. We all have that last day. So, none of us know when that is. Any problem, any difficulty, any challenge, any obstacle that you're facing right now, when put in perspective, that you're still here, you're still breathing, you still have another minute, you still have another hour, you still have another day, puts the severity of that into proper perspective, which is nothing. Fast forward 100 years, how important is the problem that you're going through right now going to be in the history books? Minuscule, if not irreverent. No one gives a shit. No one will give a shit. That's how important it is. Yet it seems life or death at this moment. I get you. I get it. I've been there. Here's the other important point. Don't take life too seriously. And don't diminish the gift of this present moment. It's a dichotomy. In the end, it's meaningless. In the moment, it's everything. Ponder that. Ponder that. Don't neglect your life. Don't neglect stepping up and going for your dreams. Don't neglect becoming the best version of you that you can be. At the same time, don't take it too seriously. It's a game. Guess what? You might like to win games. I like to win games. Step up and win this motherfucker. You can win. Coolest part about that is winning is an individual assessment. I'm looking, there's not a mirror, but it's a glass right here. I can't quite see my reflection. I can see my arm reflection. I can't see my face. Okay, I can see it kind of now. The only person I'm competing with is looking at me in this window right now. I would ask you to look into a mirror. Stop giving a shit about what anybody else is doing. Doesn't mean a fucking thing to you or your life. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, am I stepping up to be the best version of me that I'm capable of being? Am I on path to be the best person physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually? In my perspective, which is mine, in my unique perspective, you could consider having it your perspective. I don't give a shit what anybody else is doing. I'm looking in the window/mirror. Am I being the best I can be? The answer is no. I can be better. My health, my relationships, my finances all have room for improvement. I just took a deep breath as I looked myself in the window/mirror. You can do better. Fucking do better. Step up. It's up to you to look yourself in the mirror. Have that self-assessment. Are you even, like I'm of the belief that none of us can reach our full potential. It's just not. We have propaganda, we have multi-generational propaganda and trainings that limit our capacity and capability, in my perspective. But it's up to you to look yourself in the mirror. Are you stepping up to be all that you can be? Are you stepping up to be the best version you can be for your health, your relationships, your finances? And let's just go directly to the relationship with the most important one, you and yourself. So I challenge you, as I look myself in the mirror/window, and I can see me reflecting here, am I being the best I am capable of being? No. There's room for improvement. There's room, and in my opinion, there's always room for improvement. Oh shit. I was just gonna brag on how big the ash was, and it fell. And that is actually the ultimate epiphany of this discussion here tonight. Just when you're about ready to brag of how awesome it is, that shit falls. That's what inspired this little talk here tonight. Watching some people bragging about how fucking amazing their life is. And I'm just chuckling like, hey, I get you. Congratulations. this too shall pass. Without any ill will, without any desire of shit crumbling. But guess what? That's been my experience. And they may learn. Maybe not. Maybe it's a continual upward path. Mine's been one hell of a roller coaster. The ash was a perfect example. So, Paul says, far too many people are walking through life on autopilot with no plan or purpose. Decide on your own purpose and go balls deep. Be the servant leader entrepreneur. Yes, Paul. 100%. How can I help you? You can have everything in life you want if you simply help enough others get what they want. From my amazing mentor, Zig Ziglar, who I was fortunate to meet and spend time with before he passed a few years ago. You can have everything in life you want if you simply help enough others get what they want. I was just going to comment on the ash. Thought you might have to put a toothpick in it. Thomas Bell. What is happening, man? Thomas Bell to Thomas Beal. Yo, I remember that conversation we had, I think it was at Hooters in Florida. I don't remember which city it was in Florida, but that was a hell of a conversation. That was in 2006, 2005 or 2006. It's been 20 years, Thomas Bell. And it's funny because a lot of people mistake and have mistaken and mistook you and I for one another. So Thomas Bell and Thomas Beal. TB squared. Yo, TB, you got to get this belt buckle, bro. TB. TB belt buckle. All coming to you right here, live on the Facebooks. Thomas Bell. I hope all is well with you and your family. And guess what? In the NSXs, yes. Thomas Bell had an NSX. I had an NSX. And mine was 91. I think his was later, 98, 99, something like that. But fun times, fun conversations, fun adventures. And Thomas Bell, what I was talking about here is this too shall pass. The good times and the bad times. And the carpets that are pulled, the surprises that occur, plans not going to plan, life unfolding the way that life unfolds. And I think you can understand that and appreciate that as well because you've experienced that, as most have. All of us go through shit. Health, relationships, finances. One of them, two of them, three of them, all at once. The key is to stand up, dust yourself off, and keep going. You have a track record, my friend, Thomas Bell, specifically speaking to you, of overcoming seemingly insurmountable obstacles. And guess what? It's not just Thomas Bell. It's everybody. You all have a track record of overcoming all the craziness, all the seemingly insurmountable obstacles and challenges that you faced, personally and professionally. You're still standing, you're still here, you're still breathing. That's all that counts. So that's the message behind tonight's discussion. Don't let any of that shit drag you down. Yeah, it can be challenging. Yeah, it can be keeping you up at night. Yeah, it can stress you out. But there comes a point where you finally just reach a grounding point where you're like, you know what? I'm going to take a deep breath. Not sure how I'm going to pull through this, but I'm going to pull through this. As I have pulled through all the other crap. in this journey. And I'm blessed to still be here. I'm blessed to have those people around me that still fucking care. Still fucking care about me. And I appreciate that. I respect that. And I'm going to do my best to discern what's mine to do now. And continually, consistently, do what's mine to do now. And in a short while, in one day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 quarter, 1/2 a year, one year, you'll look back and be amazed at how much progress has been made with consistent action. Consistent doing what is yours to do. Life, if you think about it, is a continual A, evolution of the present moment, and B, what's mine to do now. And when you do what's yours to do now, continually, with consistency, you'll pull through all the bullshit. One step and one day at a time. You got this. You may not think you've got this. You may not think there's a way out. But guess what? You look back on your history, there's been many times, at least me, where I was like, how the fuck am I going to get through this? Didn't know. Didn't know at that time. But discerning what's mine to do now. Carpet got pulled out from under me. I didn't see that coming. But what's mine to do now? One step and one day at a time. You figure it out. It all works out. So, yeah, Thomas Bell. You know I've been through the ringer. Ringer, brother. Happy to talk if you like. Absolutely. Yeah, man. And look, do I have shit going on right now? Of course. Life has shit going on at all times. Am I at the worst crazy moment in my life? Hell no. I just was inspired by seeing people tonight gloating and felt called to bring back some humanity to remind people who have shit going on in their life that guess what? I don't care who you're listening to, who's speaking, who's giving a podcast, or who's talking shit that's helpful. They're still going through shit in their life. I don't care who the fuck they are. They all have shit going on in their life. Anybody that's still breathing has something, personally or professionally, their health, their relationships, or their finances, that's happening. And it's difficult, and it's challenging. And for many, it's insurmountable, seemingly so. And I just want to remind people of that, because I saw several people gloating at a level that I was like, you know what? I got to bring some fucking humanity back to this conversation. That, hey, listen, I appreciate each and every one of their journeys. I'm not here to send any shade or send any doubt or any mishaps to them, but they're human. And I've been in those circles of people doing amazing things. And I've also been there when they're crying, when they're balled up in a corner because plans didn't go to plan. Promises weren't kept. Carpets were pulled. Shit happened. I don't want you looking at all the Instagram and Facebook shit that could be inspirational, could be life transformational, and you thinking, why does everybody else have it figured out and I'm fucked up? It's not the case. Regardless of who it is, they got shit happening. They got problems that would choke a horse. And I'm not saying it to send any shade or anything like that. I'm just sending this message to let you know that this is life, and plans rarely go to plan. Matter of fact, most times they go off the rails as soon as they've begun to be implemented. And it can be heart-wrenching, it can be heartbreaking, it can be soul-shattering. And a lot of the people out there preaching and pretending like they got it all fucking made, good for them. But I want to bring some humanity back to it. Shit's gonna happen. Health, relationships, finances. Sometimes 2, sometimes 3 of those things all at once. With you personally, your family, your business partners, your coworkers, your employees, everybody's going through something. So I just want to bring some humanity back to this conversation. All right, let me see what we got here. Paul, next time give more advance notice for a future philosophical talk so I can pour a bourbon as I don't smoke. Nothing goes better with a good discussion than pizza and adult beverages. Yes, sir. Would love a future talk with you about figuring it out as an entrepreneur and getting ahead. Just curious, what was your impetus to become an entrepreneur and not work for somebody else? That's a good conversation. That's a good question too, Paul. So I was always a high performer. National bicycle champion, top wrestler, top athlete, top scholar, #1 honor man out of United States Marine Corps boot camp, #1 honor man out of my MOS school, meritoriously promoted, all sorts of awards in the Marine Corps, #1 in 5 separate sales organizations after the Marine Corps. And I ran across Corey Rudel from Internet Marketing Center and his teachings back in 2001. I was like, damn, that dude's like, I was a top salesperson in corporate America. I was like, that dude's traveling the world doing all sorts of fun shit. I'd like to do that. He seems smart. He don't seem that much smarter than me. He can do it, I can do it. I'll figure this out. That was in 2001. You know, I was publisher of the North Carolina Home Book. For anyone looking to build, remodel, or decorate the $1 million plus home in Charlotte, Greensboro, or Raleigh, Durham in 2001. Started looking for ways to advertise to get more high-end architects, home builders, landscapers, all that stuff for the home book. When I came across Corey's stuff, started researching it and bought a whole bunch of the Internet Marketing Center products and services, and bought some Tom Antion products back in the day on how to become a better public speaker. 2001, 2002, 1999 actually, I bought Tom Antion stuff. And took me a few years to somewhat figure it out. But then in 2005, January 2005, I went to Stephen Pierce's Unleash Your Marketing Genius event in Detroit, Michigan. And I met a lot of cool people. And from that event, I met Mike Vilsain, Rich Sheffrin, Brad Fallon, Yannick Silver, Mike Littman. I'd hired Mike Littman to be my coach prior to that. A whole bunch of other cool people. Matt Basak. It was like the who's who in 2005. That was in January 2005. Then March 2005, went to another event, double birthday bash, in San Antonio, Texas. Re-met Mike Vilsain and a few others. And then that's when Mike and I started becoming friends. And did some cool stuff together in 2005. And then teamed up in 2006. And then from 2006 to 2011, we did some amazing things. And yeah, that's what brought me from corporate world to the internet marketing world. Thomas Bell. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. Mike Tyson. Yes, Thomas Bell. You were there. Unleash Your Marketing Genius 2005. Nice. Oh, by the way, Thomas Bell, I met you for the first time at Mike's Internet Marketing conference in September 2005 in Phoenix, Arizona. Yep, you had the pull-away suit that ripped off. That was kind of cool. And I chatted with you. I chatted with Russell Brunson there, and a whole bunch of others. That was another amazing event. Yep, lots of cool stuff. So it's been one hell of a journey. One hell of a journey. And as the statement of my text said prior to this video, I've seen too much. I've seen too much. I've been there from the highs and lows of the wide variety of the gurus, the people that are still well respected and amazing people. But they're humans just like you and I. They've had their highs, they've had their lows, they've had their plans not go to plan. I've seen too much, and I've lived too much, and I've noticed that this too shall pass. I thought was only for the bad times, but also is for the good times. I thought, man, we're doing this. This is just the beginning. It's only going to get better. Then carpet pull, carpet pull, carpet pull. 8 carpet pulls in my 20-year career in the internet marketing world. 8 restarts. So I've been there. And I'm just bringing a sense of humanity back to this online facade where everybody has, farting rainbows and, riding unicorns and stuff like that. Life happens, man. Shit. I lost my mother at 52 in 2007, lost my father in 2009 at 56. And that's just, like I said, health, relationships, and finances. That's health. 2 health big scenarios that were unforeseen, that just happened crazily out of the blue. Relationships. I've had multiple relationships crumble. Finances, multiple carpets pulled that crumbled years of work. But I'm still standing. And I want to share some inspiration and some hope to the population, because if you look at Instagram, if you look at Facebook, it looks like everybody's fucking riding unicorns, farting rainbows, and just printing money. And the reality is, life happens. You got to pick yourself up through the challenges, and you're not a failure. You're not a disgrace. If you're not at the multiple millions or tens of millions or hundreds of millions, you're doing what's yours to do. The key is to not compare yourself to anybody else, to look yourself in the mirror. Am I doing what's mine to do? Am I giving my all? Am I doing what's mine to do right here, right now? Continually. As long as you're doing that and you're joyously creating on this process, you're bringing joy to the world. In my opinion, that's success. What is success? Success is the progressive, Earl Nightingale. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal or ideal. That combined with Zig Ziglar's, you can have everything in life you want, you simply help enough others get what they want. How and where and who are you helping? Get clear on that and go help more people. That's it. Joyously create. Continuously do what's yours to do. One day, one step at a time. One step, one day at a time. Joyously create. Help others. Live a life that's fulfilling to you. Stop comparing yourself to others. Look in the mirror. The only person you need to compare yourself with is staring right back at you. Am I giving my best? Am I doing my all? I felt called to share this video. I didn't have any fucking idea as to what I was going to talk about. other than I felt called to share a message. I shared it. Guess what? SW4 is still going to apply. Some will like it, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. Some people be talking shit about it. That's their prerogative. They can talk shit. Some people will appreciate it. Thank you. Much appreciated. So what? Someone's waiting. Years down the road, someone might cross paths with us. Like, holy shit. This dude I didn't even know about. I didn't know this motherfucker existed. I watched this video. It struck a chord with me. It inspired me. It helped me understand life. It helped me understand comparing myself to others. It helped me understand doing what's mine to do with consistency. It could change lives. Or it could be totally forgotten and doesn't impact anybody. I felt called to share it. I shared it. You never know what's going to take off. The ones you think that are going to be the most successful, flop. The ones you're like, you know what, it's okay, but it's probably not going to do great, they take off. You never know which time you step up to bat is going to be a single, a double, a triple, a home run, or a grand slam. What you do, you just step up to bat and swing that motherfucking bat. Do what you feel called to do with consistency. Let's see what we got here. Marketers Cruise was the best place to surround yourself with high performers. Met Matt Basek and Armin Morin, and they are definitely high energy. Yeah, that was a great cruise with Matt and Armin on there. That was a fantastic one. I love that one. Only 8, lucky bastard. Thomas Bell, exactly. 8 fucking restarts, ladies and gentlemen. Years of preparation. Years to build up multiple, thinking back, multiple 6 figures in recurring revenue. Gone one morning. One of the 8. Another one of the 8. Similar scenario. Another of the 8. Similar scenario. Oh, Lord. Crazy how life's twists and turns can occur. I think you and Mike have impacted so many people with your cruise. Yeah, the Marketers Cruise has been super powerful. It's created a couple $1 billion in revenue, last I heard. Who knows? All the businesses and all the shit. Should have asked for a 10% override and all that. All the business done. All we ask is a 10% override. And not even have follow-up. Just for the people, hey, if you felt grateful and you had deals that turned into great stuff, shoot us over 10%. Good Lord. I'm thinking of some right now. 50 plus million, 100 million. Yeah, big deals. Big deals. It's pretty cool. But it's fun to be a catalyst. It's fun to be someone who has struck a chord and catalyzed hundreds of millions of dollars of revenue and deals made with good people, not shysters, not scam artists, but real value, like fulfilling that Zig Ziglar quote. You can have everything in life you want if you simply help enough others get what they want. Real people with real solutions and real expertise. So it's fulfilling to have played a part in all that. It's also many lessons learned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I had no idea where the hell this conversation was going to go. It went exactly where it needed to go. It happened the way it needed to happen. It was unfolding exactly the way it needed to unfold, because that's how it went. And that's how life went. If you look back on your life, hopefully you can connect those dots and say, you know what? It's all unfolded exactly the way it was supposed to unfold. For me to be where I am right here, right now. And I'm grateful for that. Which I am. I am super grateful for everything. The good, the bad, the highs, the lows. And by the way, the good, the bad is all labels that we put on it. It all just is. And this brief journey that we have called life, it just is. We have a lot of labels that we put on it, but it just is. In my opinion, live it with joy. Live it with excitement. Live it with, I wonder what's going to happen now. I wonder what's going to happen next. And live it with the continual discernment of what's mine to do now. Continually. What's mine to do now? What was mine to do now for the last however many hour plus that we've been talking was to record this video. What's mine to do now after this? Probably go on my PEMF mat for 8 minutes, recharge my cells. What's mine to do now after that is probably go to sleep. And I would encourage you to continually ask yourself, what's mine to do now? And do it with joy. Have a blast. This life is brief, ladies and gentlemen. I encourage you to go for it. All right. Have a blessed week ahead, gang. Be well. Paul, perfect ways to end this evening discussion and chat. Thank you all for participating live and or in the future in this video. But I believe in you. And my last name is Beal. I believe in you. And believe is different than believe. Believe, if you believe in something, I believe this will be the outcome. That means it may or may not. Belief is a knowing. I know that you are ready to step up and into being that best version of you that you're capable of being. And I'm excited to see that happen. If there's any way I can help out, shoot me a text in US numbers, 888-TOM-BEAL. 888-TOM-BEAL. Shoot me an email, tom@tombeal.com, tom@tombeal.com. You got this. And guess what? I'm stepping up too. I talked too much. It went out. You're going to see some cool shit coming from me soon. I'm just getting warmed up. 52 years old, just warmed up now, baby. Watch out. The best is yet to come. And I know that's true for you as well. Your best is yet to come. I'll talk with you soon. Make today great. Bye for now.